So not sure if you can see me, but maybe you can hear me. This video go over the grass type I'm going back with in the yard and why. But two quick things before that. One, that thatch video, man, some of them comments are just out there. They're whack. And the comments I'm talking about is those of you who said, oh, he's taking up the whole turf, he's getting rid of everything. That's not thatch. And that wasn't the point of the video, okay? No duh, Sherlock. I did take up the whole thing. I took up the plant, the root system, and the thatch with a power rake. Wiped it right off and got everything back down to dirt. But the point of that video was where I hold the turf in my hand and open it up and show you the thatch layer. That is the point of the video. I don't know. I just read, maybe I'm taking some of them comments the wrong way, because it kind of sounded like the way I was reading the comments that, man, this guy, I don't know what he's talking about. He's calling the whole thing thatch, and I was not calling the whole thing thatch. You have the plant that grows up here, and you have the ground here, and typically the root system is in the ground, okay? Kentucky bluegrass in between the plant and the top of the ground can form a thatch layer, and different grasses can form a thatch layer as well. It's just this bluegrass I had was overly thatchy, and I just wanted to make a point and show that to you, so that if you have Bermuda, if you have bluegrass, you can maintain it better than I did and keep it verticut or aerate it, core aerate it a few more times a year or something like that, so the thatch layer doesn't build up as bad. But yeah, you're right, I did remove everything. I'm glad you picked up on that. But again, I just wanted to show you a thatch layer. Second thing is, you know, I'll admit, I've been a little bit of a tease when it comes to what grass type I'm going with in my yard. I showed you a video where I walked around and we kind of assessed the yard and said what would be better, Bermuda or zoysia. And I never said that was going in my yard. I was simply trying to make a video to help people who wanted to make that transition so that you would be able to pick between zoysia and Bermuda and make a wise decision on which one you wanted based on the amount of shade you have in your yard. And I use my yard as an example to show you that. I will admit 100% I was dangling them carrots and it's some kind of sort of giving you an impression that I was going to go Bermuda. But the part about this that just kind of blows my mind is we're in September. Why in the world would I plant Bermuda or zoysia in September? Haven't we talked about this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? That the prime or premium time to plant a warm season turf is in the late spring, okay? Why would I not do something in a prime or premium time of the year? I've preached that since I've been on YouTube about the timing of things being right around the weather. A little bit discouraged about that, those comments, because I'm like, dang, you know, I'm not doing my freaking job here. And I get it. Yes, I kind of led you on to think I was going to do that. But at the same time, I think you're smarter than that. I do think you are smarter than that to know that, hey, Pete ain't going to plant no Bermuda or zoysia in September going into the fall. I've told you need 60 days, at least 60 days of good heat. So if I were going to do Bermuda or zoysia, I would have done it around the 1st of July. That would have given me approximately 60 days for it to root, grow in, get some mowings in before any chance of a frost or cooler weather set in. So the answer is no. I'm not doing Bermuda or zoysia here at the house because of the time of the year. I do apologize if I misled anybody, but like I said, I get it. it was kind of a teaser making you think I was going to do that. But at the same time, I honestly felt like you knew better, or knew me better than that, to attempt that. Now, disclaimer, if it were Bermuda sod, okay, that would be the only way I would do that warm season transition now. But it's not going to be Bermuda sod, simply because of the investment I would have had to put into it. And with us getting ready to sell the house next spring, I didn't want to spend that money on the yard. So what grass type am I going with? I'm taking us back to the beginning where you met me on YouTube about 7 or 8 years ago. And the entire property, back to front, left to right, is going to be turf type, tall fescue. No rye, no blue, no nothing. My reasoning for that is extremely simple. We plan to sell the house in the spring next year. So you know yourself, there's nothing like fescue in the spring. It is just absolutely on fire, jamming. And I want the property jamming on fire when people come to look at the house to sell it. Number two, it was the simplest thing for me to do, okay? This renovation, I've got roughly 12 hours in it, start to finish. Complete turnkey, about 12 hours, which is nothing. It was just a few afternoons, and then I spent like half a day on a Saturday. So really and truly, the way I'm equipped, this is a very simple job for me. It doesn't take a lot of effort to do it. Number three, cost. I literally was going to do zoysia sod back before I made that zoysia Bermuda video, and I had gotten prices on it, and zoysia sod is extremely expensive, to say the least. My cost on the sod, to sod this up here and this up here, was almost $30,000. And that's with me laying the sod. I think, matter of fact, hang on a second. Let me relook at that. I want to make sure I'm telling you right. Okay, I was telling you right. Total $25,000, and I just did not want. Well, it ain't that I did not. I don't have 25 grand to spend on sod for this yard. Fourth reason is I didn't want to leave the new homeowners with my experimentation over the past 7 years. You know, I've had all kind of stuff back here in little small areas, and it started off fescue, and you watched me renovate it, turn it into blue, and then you watched me plant some blue behind the shed. You watched me plant another area, the new blue heat, right in front of the shed. You've watched me add rye to this yard. You've watched me add bluegrass to the main yard, and I just didn't want to leave the new homeowners with my my experimentations. I just didn't want to. I don't even know the people that's going to buy the house, and I got more respect for them than that. So no, it's not a waste of time. No, it's not a waste of money. I've got about $300 worth of material here, and for what I'm going to get, that ROI is going to be absolutely fantastic when it comes time to sell the house. So I want to provide the best property possible for the new homeowners when they buy it. And you know, in our area, our neck of the woods, predominantly that is tall fescue. So you know, that's another reason. And last but not least, this will probably be the last cool season renovation you ever see me do, just because I probably won't do another one like this, not on camera. So you know, just wanted it to be here for reference so people can check it out when we move out to the new land, when we build our house. Well, barn dominium is what we're building. That is going to be 100% Bermuda and zoysia. I've already got it mapped out. I already know where the zoysia is going in the shady spots, and I already know where the Bermuda is going in the sunny spots, simply because I want something easier to maintain. And Bermuda is incredibly easy. Zoysia is super easy as well. Now, cool season guys, I'm not throwing you under the bus. Give you my word, I'm not. I'll have plenty of land out there that we can plant, you know, a little patch of fescue here and some rye over there and a little bluegrass here, and I will for sure do that. But the main yard in general is going to be all warm season turf, just because my lifestyle, my life has changed quite a bit, and I'm ready to spend less time in the yard and more time with the family and playing golf and chilling and just not as much yard work. So that's all my reasoning behind what I'm doing. The next video I'll show you the step-by-step process on what I did back here. Again, probably not going to show the yard because it will be absolutely no different than this right here. I'm going to mirror the process step by step by step and do the exact same thing in my main yard. So we'll come back in a month or so and just look at it and see how good it all looks, if it looks good, and just be looking for that next video to come up, and I'll show you the process back here of how I renovated. Check you later.